Hey guys, and welcome back to another intuitive session. This one is going to be a breakdown. I stated on the last one that we're in a limerence space, and this is where the old version of us is no longer accessible and the new is yet to be birthed. And it does require us to be disciplined all around the board, and with being disciplined, that means you have to show up for the things that you do want. And that means you have to stop actually feeding the things you don't want, whether that's a negative mindset, whether that's, false realities, whether that's illusions, whatever the case may be. If it's not serving the version of you that you need to become to be the person to get you the things that you genuinely want, unfortunately, you're going to have to let that version die. And when you let a piece of you die, it is painful. It genuinely is, and mourning yourself is something that we usually do. I've been uploading like old videos and snaps of myself on another platform, and like from 2018 up until last year. And I'm just sitting through all those versions of myself, the hurt, the pain, the loving, the caring, the one that used to just disassociate from reality, and so where I'm having to now, I have no choice but to be in the present. I have no choice. I can't run from anything, whether I want to or not. It's just not possible, because everything is coming to a close when it comes to those versions of me, and I have to live in my own truth. I can't practice something I don't preach, or I won't. If I don't practice it, I won't preach it. Unconditional love. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open my eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. So give yourself some unconditional love this season, especially during the winter time. Especially, that is very much so needed. I want to get another one. In God's hands is the next one. My trust is in my implement. God's greatest knowing and greatest love guides my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. Because without the Creator, will we really be here? Without the Creator, will we really be here? I'm going to do, of course, the subject would be the top 4. And then we'll get any secrets, and then we'll get a deep dive into the message. I said 4 and 3 came out, but so I hope all is well. I don't know if you do watch any sports, but I'm a Patriots fan, and my Patriots are the AFC champions, so congrats to them. They were on a losing streak for a little minute, and it's looking like they can bring the Super Bowl home. So I'm cheering for them. If you're not into sports, then, hey, so be it over there. But over here, we do have certain teams that we root for. And that's for the NFL. So let's get 4. King of Wands. Temperance. The Fool. And one more spirit. I just want one more spirit. Give me one more. Well, 2 came out, but they came out together, the 9 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. Okay, so the Fool has been coming out a lot in these readings, so making sure you're planning something strategically. You have a lot of passion, desire to get started on this, pouring back into the things that you may have lost touch into. And that's the beauty in doing all of this. But the beauty is that you may be new at doing something, maybe youthful. So making sure you're being level-headed, but there is support that is coming, whether you see it or not, whether you realize it and or you see it or not. King of Wands. You have to be the leader in this lifetime. Abandoned, left out, cold. Those are people from the past. Like always. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying. Nerves, self-growth, self-focus. Pain, apprehensions, cautious. Okay. So what are we getting here? So with you pouring back into yourself, you're going to be releasing whatever this pain is, whatever this energy that's been having you feeling afraid. It's something you've been clinging on to that you need to release, whether it's a person, an entity, a mindset, a belief. It looks different for everybody. Whether it's actually you being scared to actually take this new beginning. Unfortunately, I want to be honest with you, a lot of you don't have a choice. You're actually in the unknown, you're in the void, and you're sitting deep in this void. Ooh, wait, I want to get the shadow card. Let's pull a shadow card, because there's no reason for you to be, in my opinion, we all have angels and demons, and we all have versions of ourselves that we have to cleanse, purify, renew, whatever the case may be. But don't attach too hard on them. The shadow card. I have not pulled one of these in a minute. Oh, the Weaver. Like I'm saying, like this is like you're in that void, but the Weaver is more like you're using all parts of you. You're creating the version of you that needs to be, but it does require all of you. It requires, all your trials and your tribulations. What a search button at? I am trying. How do you search on a document? The Weaver is the ethers, is your connection to the divine. And with that, let's see. The Weaver is the master of their destiny. Because each of us has thousands of threads that have been combined, weaved the fabric of our life. We can braid, nurture, and we can sever any strand at any time. And in doing so, we are the Weaver. This card urges you to take inventory of all the threads active within your life at the moment. What needs to happen moving forward? Which ones need to grow? Which ones need to be cut? Which actions can tend to the threads of your faith? So get to it. What is it that you no longer need to hold on to when it comes to this pain, this clinging? What is it? It's something that you're going to have to literally walk away from. You have no choice, and step into this newness. And with you stepping into this newness, if you just actually stand firm in it, ground yourself in this, accept it, it comes at you fast. And you get the Six of Cups with it, so you are going to be emotionally fulfilled because it is something that you want to do. And pouring into others, whenever you can do that for anyone, you're going to always be blessed out here. You're going to never go without anything. That's what's real. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? What messages do you have for the collective? You get the Page of Swords, so there is some communication coming in. So with this, so it's about money. Justice, I love that. So there's communication coming in, whether this is spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but it's a blockage that you're clearing up and you're getting justice for it. Whether this is old money, whether this is a debt that needs to be paid off. There is justice. And the Four of Wands did come out reversed, and it literally landed on the Four of Pentacles. So there could be some, whether there's tension around stability foundation, whatever this is, whether you are nervous about starting something. Or whether there's some support that's going to be coming in to help you when it comes to this. Why is the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands here? Okay, so you're walking away from something. You're going to have to walk away from something. A foundation that you've built. It wasn't built correctly. It wasn't. You 2 4s and 2 6s, right? You walk away and then you literally pick right back up. Whenever you choose to walk away from this. With the Empress here. When I say like you walking away mentally, emotionally, shit, maybe even fucking physically at this point. Whatever it is, you are finna literally, like you are closing all of this out. Please do the internal work, of course. Sitting here saying, hey, I no longer want to hold on to the pain, the doubt, the fear. It is that simple. It is. I know you're probably thinking, but yes, you're going to have to continuously do it every day. You don't show up one day and think that it's done. No, these are things that you have to continuously do each and every single day. If you told yourself you wanted to be a marathonist, sweetie, you got to start practicing running, walking. Like, you have to practice. And then you start doing the runs to become that. But you don't just wake up and say, yeah, I'm going to run a marathon today. If you haven't been practicing, there is going to have to be some type of practice. And the more you can release and detach from the things that do not serve your highest good, the more you can say, okay, I understand the lesson. I'm going to accept, the cause and effect of whatever it is. Hey, the decisions I've made, they may not have been the best mentally. They may have not been, I was in my emotions. Okay, hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Accept it and then move forward. The more you can just continuously process, okay, so you go from the 4 to the 5, but whatever you're walking away from, okay, there may be some type of instability. There may be some hardships going on. There may be even lack of actual financial resources, but spiritually, you are inclined. You can literally change any of this with justice out here. Justice is here letting you know that there is going to be balance, but it does require you to hold yourself accountable. Genuinely. It genuinely requires that. So you can't get out of a victim mentality. Get out of the woe is me. Get out of it. It's not going to get you nowhere. It's only going to lead you in more pain and more feeling as though you're not enough or you don't have enough. You get the 5 of Swords. So you finally, with the Chariot here, you finally do release whatever this monkey is on your goddamn back. When I say it's riding really hard, it really is. And whether you're not used to having actual true stability, whether you have come from generations who have, or people who haven't supported you, shit, you haven't had resources, is what it looks like from people. Like, people have not been helping you. You've actually been out here on your own. But you have to be very strategic with how you're looking at things. There is a lot of sabotaging, betrayal here. I did read it. I don't like this energy. But hey, the reality is that sometimes that's how it is. That is how it is. That's accountability. Hey, realize that, like, if your life is fucked up in this present moment, or it's not the way you want it to be, get your ass up and change it. And I'm not saying that in no nicer way, because that's just the reality of it. You wipe your own ass, you wipe your own tears. You better get up, start. Nine Trip said you gotta get up and grind. You get the Six of Cups. Not Cups, Six of Pentacles. What am I talking about? You go from the 5 to the 6. Imagine giving somebody something from an empty hand. Could you really help people? No. You see, no, that you can't. You, like, they just... That's too many. The Sun, the Hermit, Page of Cups. Someone's trying to offer you some type of help, but I don't know if you don't see it because you're stuck in your head. Like, you're like someone, there's a mental entrapment someone is trying to hold somebody in. But you're continuously moving forward. And you just keep literally breaking free. What's the Six of Pentacles? I'm telling you, they want you trapped, stuck. The Two of Swords with the Empress came out. So you're gonna have to balance out this success that you have achieved. It's something that you've achieved that someone's watching. And that they're trying to figure out how you keep moving forward. I cannot stand with mind games like this. And they don't want you to get the message. Reveal what their truth is. Eight of Swords. I don't know why, but that's not the swords. Those are definitely wands. Eight of Swords is already out here. Alright. Clear. There is a confusion. There is a trickster that is in the energy. One second. There is a trickster that has presented himself in the energy. And you know that we know. Cause that's fine. I'm finna put you to work. I'm gonna put you to work. You don't gotta, no, you actually do gotta go to work. You can work from home. Hey, maybe that's somebody's wish right there to work from home. You can work from home. Yeah, please remove any trickster spirits that is literally interfering with me getting the message out to the collective. It's somebody that don't want you to see exactly who the fuck you are. They literally don't want you to realize who you are. They don't think you know your power. Cleanse your energy. Cleanse the energy of my collective. Do not sit too heavy on the things that you want to do. Just get started on them. Do not keep holding yourself back from taking opportunities. I don't even want to call them risk, because nothing in life is an actual risk. Because you can gain anything that you lose. Like anything that you lose, you can gain it all back and then some. That is the reality of things. And that is true. What else do you have? I seen the page come out. What else do you have for the collective? Yeah, you go from the 8 to the 9. Like, you're like, when I say ain't no way. So yeah, you may have some type of, and you may be going through something, and we all do. Everybody got problems. We all do. Yours may be what you want to eat today. You know, maybe you want to start that diet today. But you still want, McDonald's and Burger King, you still want to go out and get a Debbie cake. Everybody problems look different on the surface, maybe yours is more internal. Shit, if you actually are doing that, breaking them generational curses, then yours do look different. I can give you my example. I'm very vulnerable and transparent on this here platform. My mom was mentally and emotionally unstable. My mom had PTSD, and these were things prior to where before she even had, some of me and my younger siblings, like these were things like when she was in the military and stuff that she developed prior to having kids. So majority of the DNA that she passed down to me and my siblings, we have been fighting. So it's like, yeah, everybody have depressive episodes, and you may slip up here and there. That shit happens. Like, it do happens. But it's like, okay, if you say you want to be the one to change and you understand the science behind things, sugar actually it is linked to depressive symptoms. If you didn't know, it is linked to increased anxiety. So knowing those things, if a human is only supposed to have 25 grams a day, and I've been seeing on social media, people have been making them Biscoff containers with cheesecake and top, like they just throwing so much stuff on them and eating those tubs. Like, a lot of people are just engulfing themselves in all of these high calorie things, when in reality they're just suppressing. They're literally just pouring into things that don't matter and ignoring the truth of the things and not really doing what they need to do. And hey, not everybody on this earth is meant to be healers and is meant to be shamans. Like, we all are not supposed to be. But the few of us who are here to do that work, it is uncomfortable because we feel their energy first. And I've gotten to a point now where it's like, I'm no longer explaining myself to people face value. Like, I'll show up online. I show up on my podcast whenever I need to. But it's like, if you get the message, you get the message. If you don't, keep it pushing. Don't force yourself to understand something you don't understand. You don't even know why God created you. Because if you did, you really would not be on certain platforms continuously consuming things that you would be showing up for. Like, yeah, it's cool to get a message here and there, get some insight. But eventually you're going to have to put your foot down and take that action for the shit that you want in life. And it is scary because a lot of times you will be doing that shit alone. And even if you do got people by your side, they don't see the vision the way you see it. They're not going to understand the dream. They don't understand the goal. And they're not supposed to be. The Lord did not make the door big enough for the whole fucking family to fit. He made it big enough for you to be able to unlock that bitch, open it, and for you to go through it. Because if that's the case, he'd have all windows and doors open up for everybody. But no, you're trying to bring people along with you, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever the case may be, that they do not serve you. And they're going to keep you looping in these cycles until you realize, damn, this job actually don't mean no good for me. They only give me $1 raise, a $2 raise here and there, but they treat me like shit. They don't give us certain days off. Oh, it's snowing outside. Oh, you still coming to work? What? The least you can do is tell me, you know what, even though I care more for your safety, you don't have to come today if you can't make it. But if you want to make it, you can make it, but no. So it's like, yeah, that's the reality in the 3D. And it's like, damn, it do suck, but it's like, cool. Understand that everything here is capitalism. It really is. And you can turn your dreams, your goals, your passions as well into money. But get your mind right first. Get your emotions in check. Think before you do anything. And then go after it. But that's the message for today. I may come back and give another message, but this one was pretty deep. Just go after what you want, and don't focus too much on the present. Like, I mean that in the sense of where it's like, it could be, for example, like rent's due February 1st, but today is the 26th, right? You worried about paying something on the 1st when you still got a hold, like you got the 27th, 28th, like you're too far. Granted, it's still the present because the 1st is next week, but it's kind of like, calm down. It's some shit that you can show up for today, in this moment, that you can still complete, that you can still get done. Do that. Yeah, those are things that you also got to focus on too, but wait till the 31st, and then if it ain't looking the way it needs to look, now we can start preparing some things, but still show up for who you are today and what it is you want for tomorrow as well. But that's the message. I gotta finish taking my nails off.